Ooh la la, indeed. It's Bastille Day, the national holiday of our pals over in France.
So this morning we are preparing some delicious French pastries. Patrick Ryan from Firehouse Bakery in Delgany is doing the honours. And just a warning, folks, if you are of a delicate disposition, there will be a lot of butter.
There will. There will.
There will be butter.
Morning.
Morning, it's good. How are we?
You all right?
Great. Yeah, so this morning it's all about croissants. So we're going to take you through the whole process because it's probably a bit more technical than some of the stuff we've maybe done before. So there's a few little stages in it. But yeah, we're going to show you basically from the same dough. We're going to make croissants, almond croissants, pain au chocolat, danishes, possibly the endless.
So first section now, you're going to show us how to make the dough, and then, we're going to
so
second bit.
So there's a very simple kind of sweet yeasted dough. Compared to some of the doughs, say, that we've done in the past, where it's a little bit softer, stickier, this is a little bit firmer dough. Ideally, it has to be made the night before. Because the idea with croissants and lamination has to be cold. So basically, we make it the night before, and we sit in the fridge all night. And compared to most doughs where you're kneading for about 10 minutes, this one's like about 4 or 5 because we underwork the dough. Literally put it straight in the fridge so it's lovely and cold. And then through that then we need to laminate it. So we're going to put it through a block of butter. So we're using, that's about 850 grams of dough. And then we're adding in 250 grams of butter.
So amounts and recipe for that dough up on the website, but it's a standard sort of...
Yeah, so it's milk, water, flour, salt, a little bit of sugar, and yeast. But it's process of making it the same as we have ever done before with lots of our doughs. So what we need to do is we need to make a little sheet. Easiest way to do it is just take 2 sheets of cling film, just fold them over.
Laminate.
And then we're going to flatten it out to form into a single sheet. So as you keep working it, which eventually then will just give us this.
Right. So you want to get it just to have a slab of butter?
Yeah, well, you don't want it too thin, so you're probably looking about 1/2 centimetre. We want it to be one solid piece of dough, or one solid piece of butter. I suppose, the French, they are renowned for their croissants, but we are renowned for our dairy. No question, best dairy in the world.
Right. So it's a perfect marriage then?
Oh, absolutely. This is absolutely stunning. And to be honest, there's no shortcuts. You have to use butter. And you need a good quality butter. Because if you use something cheap, the idea is the butter has too much water in it. Yeah. And it cracks.
And is that a huge kind of export thing for Ireland now?
Yeah,
into France? I mean, they're obviously using a hell of a lot of this stuff.
It's funny, it's because for a long time we would have even bought in, you can buy like sheets, come in a kilo sheets, all ready to go. It's coming in from France, French butter, Greg. It says produced in France. It's all made with Irish milk. It's ridiculous. We're exporting milk.
Right.
And they're buying it back in.
Yeah. So what you're doing then is we're simply rolling out our dough.
This is after a night in the fridge,
yeah,
so it's
lovely and
cold. Yeah.
Ideally, make the sheet of butter the night before as well, so it's kind of good to go. Let's stretch it a little bit further.
A sheet of butter, lovely. A slab of butter.
Make a house out of that.
So ideally, then
wouldn't do well in this weather, Sammy.
we pop our butter in. We kind of want it the same width, and we just kind of fold it over just to seal it in, and then seal at the top, and then just taking a little sharp knife. Make a very simple incision down the side. The idea is it allows the dough to stretch. And then we're simply just rolling it straight out.
We have a full list of this process on our website, Patrick, for people to follow if they want to have a go at themselves.
So you'll see that
involved, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a
there
challenge.
There's a couple of days in it, but it's fun. And the great thing is about once we've actually made the dough and shaped them up, they freeze brilliant.
Really?
Yeah. So then basically you're just working the dough out, stretch all that. Basically what we're doing is creating like a sandwich, a layer of butter.
And this is what you're talking about when you talk about lamination.
Yes, and this is the same process that goes into puff pastry.
Yes.
But with the croissants, it stays slightly less.
Already made has been through that process.
Yeah. So basically what you're doing is crisscrossing the butter, so as it bakes, the butter kind of evaporates and puffs it apart. That's what makes it flaky. So once we have it rolled out, you're looking at about 15 by 60 centimetres. We need to do what we call a half turn. So fold it over about 2/3. So actually, sorry, one thing we're going to do is just going to trim the very top of it, because you'll find there's always a little bit at the top where there's no butter. And basically,
you don't want that.
No.
You don't want that. Butterless croissants. No thanks.
Fold it straight over. And then the other one on top.
And needless to say, there is no sort of healthy alternative to doing this. Like,
no.
you just got to do it.
If you're going to go happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we just simply turn it 90 degrees. We wrap that up and we pop it back in the fridge. And you're looking at it for at least a half an hour, if not longer. Because again, the butter is starting to warm up. So we want to keep it So this is just one that's been in the fridge for about an hour.
Okay, and you can already see the layers starting to happen here, and you're going to go over it again, aren't you?
And simply all we're going to do, we're going to repeat the exact same process. So when you roll it the second time, the seam is always to the side. So basically now we've got layers crisscrossing and building.
Okay.
So we're going to repeat the process.
Bit of a workout, isn't it?
Isn't it?
See, you've already worked off the butter before you even get to eat it.
There you go.
Patrick, in fairness, Patrick brought in, as he always does, lovely cronuts.
Cruffins.
These
These little guys here, which
Simon
we're actually
had
going
one
to...
of them earlier.
Quality control.
Tommy
But we were
Two
wondering how
Mouths.
you managed to keep your physique
I'm a feeder.
working in that environment, but I can see why now.
So again, and this time you'll find that the dough is obviously a tiny bit wider. It's getting a bit longer again.
With
So
the same process and the same folds.
Exactly
then
the
as
same
well.
process. So you can see the layer of butters. One more time. We're just going to brush off any excess flour because we don't want to build up layers of flour in the dough. Fold over one more time.
You can see that butter coming through. See it, Tommy?
Yeah. The
at
texture of the pastry is
And then
changing, isn't it?
Yeah.
A half fold again.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Now
go back
in
in
the-
the fridge and it's going to rest for another hour.
And in the next segment, then you're going to show us how to cook it and then what to do with it when
Yeah,
it's
so
finished.
basically you can see all the ones we have here, they're all coming from the same dough, so the possibilities are endless. So we'll show you how to take some
So
croissants,
there's presumably a bit of skill
panettone,
involved
Danishes.
in shaping them and all that sort of stuff, is there?
Yeah, it's quite straightforward. It's actually it's quite fun to do.
Right.
So yeah, we're going to take you through
When
the
do
whole
we get
process.
to eat?
Fun to eat as well.
When do we get to eat?
You have to wait a little while longer.
Patience, my friend. After
do
the break, we'll be
patience.
chatting to the 7-year-old Irish girl who hopes to blow the judges' minds on The Voice Kids. Stay with us.